security breach in the hall. I thought, what are these guys? Somebody get the tear gas. No, it's Grant Nuckolls and Andrew Crawford, local, I guess now, expanding restaurateurs. You know, we were kind of talking off the air about the Cub a little bit and whether or not the whole thing was a plan and whether somebody jumped in at the last minute. Well, you two decided to let another Shreveport landmark, Jacqueline's, Jacqueline's, not close. So you're getting lots of pats on the back and kudos and you're heroes. And I'm not being facetious.
No, you're not. And that's exactly what we've been getting. It's been really heartwarming and fun to see, because what's crazy about that business is that their regulars have been going there on average probably 10-20 years. I mean, so these people were absolutely freaking out when they heard that Jacqueline's was closing, and that's how we got involved. Is that a lot of family, friends, and mutual friends, acquaintances started reaching out to us saying, y'all got to try to save this place.
Let's talk big picture for a second or two, because Twisted Root is also yours. And you had said right now in Shreveport, it's a tough time for it's a tough time for restaurants. But let me phrase it to you this way, because this is how I look at it as a customer. Right now, it's like a golden age of Shreveport restaurants. And most of them. Look, I never go to a chain. I never go to a franchise. Yeah. I mean, the number of really awesome local restaurants right now, from Twisted Root or Jacqueline's or Monjuni's across the street or Taqueria San Miguel or Real Barbecue or Evie's. I mean, there's a million great spots right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and we talk about this a little in the events business that we do. I think Shreveport has it's kind of a chicken and egg problem in a city that needs a cultural resurgence. Do you wait for this big business economy to come and save the city, and then all the culture spawns out of that? Or do the young people just kind of pick themselves up and say, we're going to bring the culture and just hope the business follows? And I feel like that's what's happened in Shreveport the last 5 years.
Andrew, what's going to be your involvement, you and Grant connected, to keep this business alive?
We're trying to split it 50-50. I mean, we're trying to figure out, I mean, it's been a big learning curve, just because I do coffee for a living and we do food as well.
Rhino Coffee's your business, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
But no, as far as that, we're just learning. I'm learning right now. I mean, we've had some people in there. One of our employees in there has been there for 32 years.
Tell us about your relationship. Have the two of you have history? Did your phone, you kind of knew each other? Your phone rang one day and Grant says, I got an awesome idea. Give me $500,000.
No, we're old friends, and we're a few years apart, went to high school together, and I go to Rhino every day, Monday through Friday, and so we got to know each other, and we do events together in town. And Rhino and Twisted Root sponsored different deals together, and so we work really well together. And actually, independently, we started reaching out to the Jacqueline's crew. But within a day or two of that, being good friends, we realized what we were each doing. We said, "The heck with it, let's go."
Nothing destroys a good friendship like a business partnership.
That's right.
Is there some concern? I'm being kind of serious.
No, sure. I think you're exactly
when it comes to parameters. You run things your way.
Sure.
You run things your way. Where
never the twain shall meet.
That's right.
Well said, Mark.
I think we both have similar personalities and similar ways that we run our businesses, the way we treat our employees and everything. And since we know each other so well, I think, at least for me, we actually haven't ever really talked about this. But for
maybe
me,
you should talk. Yeah,
Grant, Andrew.
Yeah, nice to meet you. But I know for me, I know how he runs his shop and how he treats his people is very similar to how I do mine, and so that's why it wasn't a concern for me.
Let me ask y'all something. We hear on this radio station all the time. You guys are going to struggle to find workers. That we don't have an employment base in this town that can support these kinds of businesses. Is that a fight? Is that a daily fight for you guys?
I mean, the amount of employees at Jacqueline's, I mean, I was saying earlier, Tina's been there for 32 years. April's been there for 10. Mitch, 12. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it'll be a fight at Jacqueline's. They have a lot of seasoned employees.
But
that really
overall,
enjoy
is
that.
it a struggle?
Overall, it's just,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, like Twisted Root, I've got 25 employees right now. And so you've got your core group of maybe 5 or 10 that have been there with some longevity, say a year plus. And then you've got the restaurant business. Typically, you're going to turn over 50 to 100%. So if you've got 25 employees, you're going to hire and fire 25 in a year. That's average nationwide. And if you're in a city like Shreveport, that's not a hospitality city, like in New Orleans or Vegas, where you don't have that built-in employee base, it's even harder. So yeah, Aaron, you're exactly right. It's a challenge for the
So
restaurant
let's
business.
wrap it up with this, but I'm going to give you a chance to give us a little pep talk on the way out. Both of you look around. Hell, we had the news story all morning long. City councilman wants city emergency. Things aren't going good. We're losing job, blah, blah, blah.
And you're on the mayor's transition committee for economic development, so you're working on that.
Yet,
Oh, yeah.
here are two guys that are already laying it out there financially, professionally, personally. And you're saying, you know what, though? We think this is, you're not in this to lose money. So
Right.
the two of you, and this is what I want you to talk about, the two of you look at this market, at this city, and say, we can grow a business here. Tell me about that thought process and why you think you can, because we need that right now.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier with Tim. It starts with the heart. I mean, your heart has to be in this thing. The heart is what brought us to Jacqueline's. But then you look at the P&L and you say, these are 20 or 30 ideas that I think I can do to grow this business and expand it to a new customer base. Like for Jacqueline's, most of my friends have not heard of it, never been. And so the biggest opportunity there financially is just to say, we've got this awesome restaurant with these great employees and recipes and everything. We just need to deliver that to a new generation.
Your turn. Neither one of you are old guys. What is it? And you're Shreveport guys, or at least you're Shreveport guys now, and you've decided this is where I'm making my stand.
That total sense. And that's, I mean, I'm on the same boat. A lot of people I talk to, I'd be like, we're looking at Jacqueline's. They're like, oh yeah, I went there with my parents. I'm like, well, have you ever gone there
By yourself?
By
You
yourself.
can drive now.
You,
they're
you can
like-
bring a date, you know.
No, like I mostly go there when my parents invite me. And I was like, okay, so there's a couple generations of Shreveport that are
You kind of skipped.
don't think about Jacqueline's, and that's because it's so word of mouth, it's so best kept secret, and that's what we're trying to do is expand it to a younger generation for financial reasons, but also for the heart reasons of we want to share Jacqueline's with them. And
You got one more?
Well, I do want to talk about the future of business in our community. And Grant, I know you're working on this. I know. Why should I open a business in Shreveport?
I mean,
what's in it here for me?
It's tough, Aaron. I mean, we're in a flat economy. We're actually losing population a little bit every year, and I mean, the restaurant business notwithstanding, which is a impossibly hard business in a great economy. You know, we've got to grow jobs in Shreveport. It's hard to get the big. Y'all have NLEP and some people in here that try to get they call it elephant whale hunting, getting the big fish here. You know, I don't know as far as the $1 billion Bentlers and all that, but what we can do until that is focus on, you know, local spending. And so what Andrew and I have learned and what we're trying to share the message of is, you know, whether you're going to go get an oil change or buy something for your business or go out and eat, if we can keep more of our dollars here locally, just have that local spending mentality, it's got a multiplier effect, because when you spend locally, those dollars stay in the local economy, and that local business owner is more likely to do the same. And so, yes, we need to grow the economy here at Shreveport. It's a #1 problem, but I think, you know, until then, we can just focus on the local spending, and that's what we're trying to do.